dengan mengucap Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Asian Games ke-18 tahun 2018 saya nyatakan dibuka.
A start of something truly spectacular. 2 weeks of top-level sport, cultural comings together at a real party in Jakarta and Palembang.
The flag is carried by Lenny Sampurno, Asian Games silver medalist, shooting, Jakarta 1962.
Bendera ini dibawakan oleh
So the OCA flag carried here by Lenny Sampurno, silver medalist back in Jakarta in 1962, the last time the Games were here. One of 8 flag bearers of the OCA flag being brought out here.
Medalist, tennis, Beijing 1990.
Suharadi, winner of the gold medal in tennis back in Beijing in 1990.
1990.
Sri Indriani, Olympic bronze
Sri
medalist,
Indriani,
weightlifting.
a bronze medalist at the Olympic Games in Sydney in 2000. One of the proudest moments in Indonesia's Olympic history, represented here.
Chandra Wijaya, Olympic gold
And Chandra
medalist,
Wijaya,
badminton.
Olympic gold medalist at those very same Games in Sydney, now 18 years ago, completes our right-hand side of flag bearers.
Lilis Handayani, Olympic silver medalist archery. So,
On the far side, Lilis Handayani won an Olympic silver medal in archery back in the Games in Korea in 1988. Waves to the crowd as she is one of the 8 flag carriers.
Marquis Kido,
Marquis Kido, a gold medalist in badminton,
Beijing.
again that huge national sport back in Beijing only 10 years ago.
Dalam olahraga badminton di Olimpiade Beijing 2008.
Sporting success more recent in the memory as the flag's carried along the beach here of our island.
Olympic silver medalist archery. So,
An archery Olympic silver medalist is Kumsur Wahadi.
Peraih medali perak dalam
She won her
olahraga
medal
rumah
back in
di
Seoul,
Olimpiade
88.
1988.
And now a very special name in Indonesian sports history. Think all the way back to Munich.
Christian Hadinata, Asian
And think of
Games
Christian
gold medalist,
Hadinata.
Badminton, Bangkok, 1978.
Christian Hadinata, peraih medali emas dalam
Won in
olahraga
Bangkok
badminton di Asian
1978.
Games Bangkok
Also a winner 6
1978.
years earlier at the Olympics. And once again, we're assisted by the Indonesian military as the OCA flag, the Olympic Council of Asia flag, is to be lifted alongside that of the host nation, the Republic of Indonesia.
And whilst the Olympic Council of Asia flag is raised here,
Ladies
we will
and
listen to the
gentlemen,
OCA hymn
please rise
at the
for
same time.
Olympic Council of Asia flag raising and hymn.
Hadirin sekalian, dipersilahkan berdiri untuk pengibaran bendera Olympic Council of Asia dan himne Olympic Council of Asia.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Arki Dikarya Wisnu representing the athletes and Wahyana representing the judges to take the Asian Games oath.
Hadirin sekalian, mari kita sambut Arki Dikarya Wisnu sebagai perwakilan dari atlet dan Wahyana sebagai perwakilan dari wasit yang akan membacakan janji Asian Games.
In the name of all athletes,
in the name of all judges,
we promise to take part in these Asian Games, respecting and abiding by the rules, and in the spirit of fair play. We all commit ourselves to sport without doping and cheating. We do this for the glory of sport and for the honor of our teams.
Thank you. Please be seated.
Terima kasih. Hadirin dipersilakan.
So that completes the protocol segment. And it's now on with the performance. We're going to go on a journey, the creation of Indonesia. We begin in the water.
Water, earth, wind and fire will be represented in this creative journey that we're going to be taken on. Water celebrating the beauty and wonder, the deep blue seas that connect the 17,000 islands of Indonesia.
The voice you can hear is that of Ibu Pertiwi, a mythical figure of Mother Nature in Indonesian culture. Here she's saying that she's Indonesia. Even the most stormy seas are calmed by the diverse nature of the people. But of course, originally, the people were many tribes. They were anything but unified.
Now in front of these battling tribes, we have a raging ocean, which symbolises, along with this battle, the discord and conflict amongst the early peoples of the islands. However, it's going to be these waters that deliver a great unifier, calming the seas and bringing peace and harmony to the many islands.
While the tribes are warring on the islands, down in the sea, here come the invaders. The sea, by the way, made up of 2,500 meters of turquoise silk.
And those silks held aloft by 280 performers, moving them in rapid motions and patterns that create the storm that we see brewing.
Here's the warrior, the one who wants to unite the land. He says this country, once unified, will be a strong force. The world will see. ship on which he's travelling has been carved by Indonesian artists, 16 metres long, all made of wood.
Took 3 months for this set to be constructed, 14 weeks for the boat to be constructed too.
And suddenly the fighting stops. Harmony amongst the diverse people. And the sun rises over a brand new nation, that of Indonesia.
Now you're about to see 20 fish puppets, ranging from angelfish, lionfish, manta rays, and there's even a 3-metre leatherback sea turtle in there. That performance while Raisa sings to us. Born in Jakarta, she's 28 years old, released her debut single Serba Salah in 2010 and her debut self-titled album in 2011.
The song she's performing is entitled Zamrud Katung Stiwa, written by Guru Soekarno Putra.
Back to the fish, created by a team of Balinese craftspeople using simple traditional materials such as rattan, bamboo and string. Behind Raisa you can see that stunning waterfall, 18 metres tall, 70 tonnes of cascading water coming down.
With the sun having risen, the people now unified, the warrior's done his job. That concludes the section devoted to the water that surrounds these 17,000 islands.
So that brings to the end our water segment, and now we turn to the earth. A segment where the beauty of Indonesia is sewn and crafted into motion, representing the preservation of diverse cultures, colours, expressions and perspective. Earth also embodying the love and dedication of the children of Indonesia towards Mother Earth as well.
And here is Mother Earth again, Ibu Pertiwi, saying this is Indonesia, where the earth is alive with natural wonder. There's beauty beyond the imagination. And through each of these segments, Mother Earth will describe her feelings. There's the huge banyan tree that sprung up onto the set. We talked a lot about diversity tonight. 700 languages. And we're now about to see 17 different one of those. This is Fatim performing. And we're going to see different islands, regions, cultures represented. This is the song Sigolempong, representing the island of Java, where we sit talking to you from Jakarta right now. As well as its diverse people, the biodiversity is celebrated in this segment. Yet more of the 12,000 fireworks that are going to be set off during tonight's performance.
Huge frangipani, beautiful orchids, white jasmine, just examples of some of the stunning tropical flowers that you will find in Indonesia. All represented here. Part of the flower dance.
This is Rosa. Whilst we watch the Topeng Betawi dance, she's singing Jali Jali. Seeing these dances from different cultures, the different songs, the languages we mentioned as well. Now united after a journey across the entire territory of the nation. Rosa moving on to Manuk Dadali. And the dancing now changes as well.
Jaipongan and Singgan dancing represented here. We are going to take a whistle-stop tour of many of the islands and their different dancing cultures over the next 5 minutes.
Now Wizzy makes her way onto the stage. She sings Padang Umbulan. And this is a dance from Dolanan. We have a lake now appearing as well to represent the different islands' territory and geography. So much attention to detail in this performance. Moves on to her next song, Lir Sa Alir, for a Gandrung Lanang dance. The use of graphical imagery, very important in this performance too.
And we now move on to the island of Bali and the Janga song.
must stress that most of the performance is carried out by Indonesian performers. You get the diverse look of people from the different geographical areas as well, their costume and how they dance. This is GAC singing Mari Bertanai. And this song and dance is from Kalimantan. Group of 3 artists will perform 3 different songs as we make another quick journey from island to island. This is now Ampar Ambar Pisang.
GAC now singing Cik Cik Periuk, the Lepok Jalan Hudok dance being represented here. All of this before we move on to Sulawesi and the Kabasaran dance.
Here is the Kabasaran dance. I can't stress enough how different this looks from the dances we saw 5 minutes ago. Just underlining how different this country is and the things you can see. Travelling from area to area, culture to culture. As Kamasean sings Sipatokan.
It's the Manket and Modano dance, leading us ever deeper into Indonesia's islands.
Into deep jungle terrain we go, to Maluku and the Changkalele dan Soya Soya.
Still got my favourite dance to come.
Rinni Waludari singing Bole Lebo, accompanied by a Likurai dance from Nusa Tenggara. And after this we'll head straight to Papua, the far eastern side of Indonesia. We'll have Edo singing Apusa.
Edo singing Apuse, Edo Kondologit. Yeah, this is my favourite dance.
And if you notice, we still have every single one of the cultures, the tribes, the areas, all on the stage and set. They've all performed their individual dances, their own traditions, and after this, we'll see the unification of all of those in one of the big national songs. And here it is, Garuda di Dadaku, a song that everybody in Indonesia knows, and again talks about that national emblem, the Garuda bird. We change from local languages to the national language, bahasa. Groups of Indonesia coming together and dancing in a colourful celebration of unity through diversity. As their leader waves on.
What a spectacular example of Indonesian culture. All of those different elements of it all tying together.
Well, this segment and the next segment, talking of tying things together, are going to be joined by the music of Joey Alexander in a moment. These are the dancers preparing his arrival. Joey Alexander is a 15-year-old jazz pianist from Bali. He's the first Indonesian to be nominated for a Grammy Award. That happened when he was just 13, 2 years ago.
He's been nominated for 3 Grammy Awards now, and as the Angin Mamiri folk song from South Sulawesi is performed here, a traditional fan dance inspired by the Pagarena dance, choreographed here by Denny Malik. We await the arrival of the young maestro at the piano.
Stadium's quite a sight this evening. There's Joey Alexander, born in Denpasar, Bali, a jazz pianist who began playing the piano when he was 6, listening to his dad's albums. We've all done that, but we're nowhere near as good as this guy.
I mean, so good that in 2014 he was invited by none other than Wynton Marsalis to play jazz at the Lincoln Center. And that, of course, made him an overnight sensation.
Joey Alexander there adding shade to the light that we've had since the very start of this performance. And it leads us into our next segment. Again, we'll hear from Mother Earth. Ibu Pertiwi will talk to us about the wind of Indonesia. This is Indonesia, where the wind carries our dreams high above the clouds, soaring with the hope of a nation.
leads us to the hauntingly beautiful Gending Sriwijaya. Putri Ayu, accompanied by Joey Alexander. The beautiful voice of Putri Ayu singing Melati Suci, a song written by Guru Soekarno Putra, one of the sons of Indonesia's first ever president, Soekarno. So wind depicts something that grows, spreads and facilitates life, passing the values of a nation from one generation to the next, leads us on to our final segment here of fire.
The drums are beating. The atmosphere is building. If you remember, at the major games, there's usually something to be lit by fire as well.
Could be where we're headed.
Here, fire portrays the courage and competitive spirit of Indonesia. Mother Nature's back, saying this is Indonesia, where the fire of competition burns brightly. And it burns in the hearts and minds of the Indonesian people. There's plenty of references here to the Pacific Ring of Fire, the volcanoes, the seismic activity that we see often in these parts. It's part of life here. It can be devastating, as unfortunately we've seen recently. But in an Indonesian culture, it is part of renewal, part of fertilizing the land for things to grow again.
These professional dancers emanating the explosive potential of Indonesia's abundance of natural resource. Geopolitical importance combined with the talents and determination to become a global force as well.
We've got professional and non-professional fire dancers here. You might notice that the music is a little foreboding. The music director is Ronald Stephen for this segment. One set of dancers leaves. We have another army about to enter.
The scale of this dance is quite spectacular. The hope, of course, is that fire will encourage and inspire Indonesia's own sports warriors, cheering them on to victory in this 18th Asian Games.
Now, just away from your picture, there is a corridor being prepared for the passage of something. And I think you all know what it is. Of course, we are yet to light the Asian Games flag. Additional symbols being formed, as you can see. The volcano is starting to smoke. You might spot on the left-hand side of your picture now the first of 6 torchbearers. This is Lani Gumulya, who won the Asian Games diving gold medal when we last had the Games here, 1962. And the flame, of course, that comes from New Delhi, where we first had the first ever Asian Games, has now arrived in the National Stadium.
Lani Gumulya passing the flame on now to Arif Taufan, gold medalist at the Asian Games in karate in Bangkok in 1998. He will edge the flame ever closer to its final resting place.
How many have guessed where it's going yet? You can see it's getting a little smoky behind that mountain. There's utmost concentration here in the stadium looking around. This has been a brilliant build-up of the atmosphere as Yustejio Tarik, an Asian Games gold medalist in tennis from New Delhi 1982, takes his turn. So off the beach and into the hills now.
Mist forming there at the base of the volcano as it moves on to Supriyati Sutono, gold medalist in athletics in Bangkok 98. She makes her way up the path onto the volcano itself.
This is a quite stunning sight. us in and out of the hills. The jungle's been left behind below. We're onto the mountain. And it's time for Igusti Made Oka Sulaksana, the windsurfing Asian Games gold medalist from Busan 2002, to make his way up the volcano.
He looks a little nervous there as well. Reaching the crowd. The menacing rumble of the fire dance and the beat of those drums continues to echo around the stadium as the Asian Games torch nears its final resting place. It is fitting here in a land where badminton is one of, if not the most popular sport, that it is the former Olympic gold medalist Susi Susanti, winner of the gold medal in Barcelona 1992 in badminton, who heads up to take the flame into the crater of our volcano.
And a huge cheer inside this arena. One of the biggest sports stars in the history of any sport down here. And here's the moment. The games are underway. Jakarta, Palembang 2018, with the volcano erupting. And the Asian Games. For the next 2 weeks, we'll see the very best in the world. We've had the traditional rituals of Indonesia welcoming the continent. Now it's time for the action. A volcanic eruption to begin the 18th Asian. And I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that. Spectacular.
The fireworks continue. Red dominates the stadium. The volcano continues to burn away. Susi Susanti, who was Indonesia's designated torch relay ambassador in New Delhi, where the torch initially started its journey, fittingly completing the journey here in Jakarta.
And from tradition to modernity, the night sky is illuminated as the Asian Games officially get underway with a real bang.
Well, they're going to be able to see us from Palembang.
Well, they liked it. But don't go away, the show's not finished just yet. More music now. And it's Anggung Si Sasmi who's going to sing for us. in Jakarta, performing since she was 7. She's an Indonesian and French naturalized singer-songwriter. And Anggun singing Pemuda.
Tujuan sejati menunggumu sudah, tetaplah pada pendirian semula. Di mana artinya berjuang tanpa sesuatu pengorbanan? Kemana arti rasa satu itu? Bersatulah semua seperti dahulu. Lihatlah ke muka, keinginan luhur yang terjangkau Pemuda, mengapa wajahmu tersirat dengan gera yang bertinta belah? Cerminan tindakan akan perpecahan. Bersihkanlah dodamu semua. Masa depan yang akan tiba menuntut bukannya nuansa yang selalu menabirimu pemuda. Bersatulah semua seperti dahulu. Lihatlah ke muka, keinginan luhur yang terjangkau semua. Oh pemuda. Masa depan yang akan tiba menuntut bukannya nuansa yang selalu menabirimu pemuda. Bersatulah semua seperti dahulu. Lihatlah ke muka, keinginan luhur yang terjangkau semua.
Anggun singing Pemuda, or youth at a call to peace. So, from the traditional rituals that helped us light the flame, here's a glimpse of what the next 2 weeks and beyond are about. It's the energy of Asia.
Now this segment's a beacon of hope and strength that shines in the hearts of all Indonesians. Future generations standing tall with optimism, always remembering their guiding principles of unity through diversity. With its power of transformation and positivity, Energy of Asia will establish Indonesia as a triumphant leader in the bright world of tomorrow.
The idea behind this segment is to have all different types of dancers. We have ballet, hip-hop, different groups you can see scattered, using different props and different costumes, all from different eras. The creative directors said that they intended for the dancers to fight, until later their dances became the same, maybe suggesting a morph of differences to become unity throughout the continent in the years to come.
What we have here is a fusion between ballet and hip-hop. Ballet dancers representing the future intellectuals of the nation, and the hip-hop dancers are going to represent the futuristic interpretations of doctors and chefs that contribute to the market economy. Parkour dancers representing the athletes, fit, driven, bold and athletic. We've got builders representing the people behind Indonesia's infrastructure, from roads to ports, architecture to terminals, power and construction as well. Modern dancers in here as well. They represent the military, protectors of the nation. LED dancers representing Indonesia's enlightened scientists, and those involved in both technology and the innovators in this nation.
Here's the aforementioned dance-off, dancing against each other. Crowd just being asked to turn on their flashlights. This is the beginning of the finale, the grand finale of this spectacular Asian Games opening ceremony. And with that, we launch our final performance of the night. Bright of the Sun, sung by Ariel Noah, Rain D Massive, Chakra Khan and Cheryl Shainapia. Start of the games. It's been innovative, full of creativity, and as you can see, brilliantly performed. Really hope you've enjoyed this at home as much as we have here in the stadium.
Just tremendous energy, fantastic performances, so much colour, diversity. And we've seen, well, that wonderful setting, perfectly used. Crowd who've made it in here to the stadium have been royally entertained as we've been on a journey that has taken us across many of the different cultures that represent Indonesia's islands. And now we can look forward to 2 weeks of thrilling competition here.
So from the dignitaries who joined us, the spectators and the athletes in the stadium, from the creativity, art and meeting of cultures, now to the elite sport that's about to begin. The Asian Games are on the way. Jakarta and Palembang combining to host for the next 2 weeks of top elite sport.
Hadirin sekalian, terima kasih telah bergabung bersama kami.
And a big terima kasih. Thank you very much to everybody for watching and to the organisers and those involved in the creative process. It was quite a show.
Menikmati pertandingan.
So everybody makes their way off home in anticipation of the sport that's about to begin. From Jonathan Harris-Bass and me, Rob Hatch, thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you over the next 2 weeks when the games begin.